And we're live.
That's right.
And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.
That sounded weird. Did you hear that last part?
Soulful duets?
No, the last part. It goes.
I did not hear that.
I think something's dying in there.
Nothing died in there.
Good morning,
Hi,
everybody. She is like so giggly today, like so giggly. Just so you know, this is natural.
I have slept 2 nights in a row. 2.
It's amazeballs.
Without like drugs and stuff. Hello.
Hey,
I don't think I've ever done that before, so that's pretty amazing.
you've never done that before?
Without drugs
slept
and
2
stuff?
nights in a row? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's serious amazeballs right
I
there.
sleep like 4 hours in a row without the extras. Nope. I know. See, healing all over the place. That's the Jesus for sure.
Right there.
For
And
sure.
some of this. Birthday
That's why I
cake
got my
all over
hat on
your head.
for all the birthday cake that's coming. Because I know.
Tom says, yo, family, love y'all.
Love you too.
Aw,
Hi.
thanks, bud. And Stardust is back.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. Hey, Stardust.
Hey, yeah. Can't figure out. Do you ever have days
What
where
is
you're like,
going
my
on?
clothes don't feel good?
They don't feel good, or they...
Maybe I'm just sitting weird. I don't know.
Could be. Where's the Charlie? He's probably at home.
Don't worry, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yep, he said he'd come back, so don't know when, but he will be.
Hello, Brother George.
Bob George. How are you, sir? He's giggly.
No, yeah, giggly with it.
Yeah.
It's better than jiggly, is what I hear.
Yeah. Jiggly is not so good as the
Okay,
giggly.
so we're having a bit of a sibling rivalry this morning.
Were we though? Oh,
We
yes, we were.
really were. Much love, much love. Thank you, sir. So we had a song that fits it perfectly, don't we?
Yes.
And so we thought we'd share that first thing off since I'm giggly and she's like, so.
Grazie,
thank
grazie.
you so much. Are you ready?
Hey, Greg. How you doing, bud? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Keep saying hi. It's all cool.
Thanks,
you guys are in such a good, weird mood, and we should totally embrace good, weird moods, right?
all the time. All the time.
Here we go.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can do, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can shoot a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only that?
Yep.
So can a rat.
Any note you can sing, I can sing higher.
I can sing any note higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
How do you sing that high?
I'm a girl.
So am I. Anything you can say, I can say softer.
I can say anything softer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can drink liquor faster than a flicker.
I can drink it quicker and get even sicker.
I can open any safe.
Without being caught?
You bet.
That's what I thought, you critter.
Hey, any note you can hold, I can hold longer.
I can hold any note longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you
Yes, I
can't.
can.
No, you can't.
Yes,
Wait, seriously.
I can.
Yes, you can. Where do you keep all that air?
Right here.
Oh. Anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
No, you
can.
can't. No,
Yes,
you
I can.
can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can feel it better.
I can do most anything.
Can you make a pie?
Oh, no.
Hey, so can I.
Hey, anything you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than
No,
you.
you can't. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Nope.
I got less word and I
Nope.
got less word.
Oh, that was, you did so good. Oh, I love
Yes,
it.
I do. Normally we do it the other way, like we switch parts. And so she's like, I want to do the high parts. I'm like, fuck.
And hold out the long note.
Yeah. Used to not be able to do that.
I know.
And now you can.
So excited.
Because you can.
Because I can. Alrighty. So we had some questions that were asked of us in the last few sessions. What do we call these? Videos. Episodes.
Lives. Right
Yeah.
on the nose there.
Right there. You got it. And so we are going to answer the ones that we can.
Real quick, Dom was asking about the Michigan area, the Flint area.
So things that are specific to geography, I am going to answer tomorrow and Monday if you want to shoot me an email. Okay? Because I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot, so I have to go to a map. Because I can point to where I am, where I've been on a map, but I'm dyslexic, so I have to check with this beautiful lady over here. Whoa, there, and she's gonna tell the names, and so I'll be able to do that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
just so you know, any major city, yes, it's happening there. Any suburban area that has a population of higher, say, than 200, yeah, there too. So just keep that in mind. And please, do you have the email address that you can put up so people can send things there? You're in Michigan, Mr. Bob?
Oh, thanks. Politically incorrect scholar.
That's
I do
like
it all
her
the time.
signature
It's
thing. Like since she was
what I
born,
do.
she was just curling her hair and then she
Always
shakes her
messing with
leg
my
like
hair.
cat.
Let's tell him everything, shall we?
I mean, I didn't. I just thought it was cute because you were like, it's not like a dog.
Yeah, because she's like, haven't you ever seen a dog shake their leg when they get in a puddle? I'm like, no, I've seen cats do it.
Y'all don't know what we're talking about.
No, that's okay.
So yeah, send your questions there, and I'll make sure, we'll make sure that we get them, okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So for the ones that we have to answer today, you have your little list there going. Why don't you do start from the bottom up?
The bottom?
Yeah.
You're going to have to help me with this one.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to even explain it.
That's okay.
So somebody was asking yesterday, basically how I was affected with stuff that happened to Auntie B over here.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up pretty much in the same house.
Nothing. Go ahead.
We pretty much grew up together. We're biological siblings. We're biological sisters. Born on the exact same day, 2 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
But there was stuff that I'm finding out now that I didn't know happened then. Apparently Bob and Dom are having their little conversation.
Keep going.
Is Jason Q going to be on site today? No idea. So, like growing up, it seemed like I was always pushed away by basically all my siblings. And I didn't know why. I didn't understand why. Like I would want to play with my sisters and they'd always be like, no, you can't play with us. And it was Auntie B and our older sister. And then when our parents were divorced when I was 5, you were 7. And then the same thing happened when my dad got remarried, and with our step siblings, it was the same with them. And so I was just like pushed away with everybody.
It's okay. I love you.
So that's what I knew of back then. I mean, I understand it better now. A lot of it was because I read your book, the Will You Tell Them book. But yeah, so like I don't know how to describe this. We grew up like laughing at things, like when something was when something was really serious or something was really sad, our dad would always find a way to help us laugh at something. Not laugh at each other, but like laugh at a situation and laugh at something or find something comical in something. And so that's another big reason why we laugh so much in our podcast, because we can always find something to laugh at or laugh about, or yeah. And sometimes it's just a word, and it's we like the show Friends, and so there's a lot of comical things in there that can kind of conjoin with like anything that you think of throughout the day. And there was just a lot of comedy in that, or other movies that we've seen or whatever. And yeah, Stacy, feeling like the outsider sucks. It really does, because we had 11 siblings, and she has 11 siblings. I have 11 siblings, but together we have 10. Like
if we were one person,
yeah. If we were one person, we would have 10. But I was like right in the middle for the most part, and it was just really hard because, what would both of you be inspired to you in the future, knowing all what you have been through, your future dreams?
I love
we'll
that
get
question.
there. Yeah, we'll get there.
I don't want to hang on to that, but yeah, that's a great question.
And so go ahead.
I was going to say, you said you found out in the book. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that? That way they'll understand better.
Okay. You're going to make me cry, aren't you? You're going to make me cry, Brie. You're going to make me cry. Well, you're such a turd. Yes, I am. That is the plan all along. So,
that's not the plan, just so you know. That's just awesome.
It's just gonna happen. So, when I was reading the book, Bree mentioned in there how she would tell, I don't know how to refer to the person as
Linda,
that she didn't want to do it anymore. She's done. And, this is when, how old are you? Like 7 or 8? No, you were.
I was really little and when that in my memory of the book. So yeah, I was 6 or 5.
Oh, okay.
But it happened a lot.
She would say, well, if you're going to stop, then I'll just have to get your little sister to do it. And that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read that, it really put into perspective a lot of why she pushed me away. And but I think a lot of times when you would push me away, the others would kind of go your lead, like they would follow your lead. And so I was like, not wanted around by anybody.
It still kills me.
Yeah.
But what kills me the most about that is that if I hadn't done what I did,
I know
it would have happened to you.
I know.
And so I wouldn't do it differently. That's what kills me the most, is because she was going to sell someone. She was going to hurt someone more.
Yeah.
And you were mine. You were born on my birthday. I licked you first. You were mine. And so it sucks. But I mean, I was a kid, but I still can't see as an adult this much time in between how I would do it differently with no power, no adult power.
Well, you were saving your little sister, and I appreciate that.
Breaking but it's your heart in the process.
Yeah, but I mean, I only cry now because you're welcome. And congratulations. But it's just something that's always going to be like that hard spot, that you have to talk through or whatever. But
absolutely,
I think it pisses me off more than anything why she did or whatever she did in order to get where she thought she would get by hurting her own kids, and
everyone around her.
Yeah. But just know that.
I will come up and hug you.
It's okay. I need to get a tissue though, so I'll be right back.
Okay. You guys, there's a lot of hard decisions that we have to make. And when you're going through and living in such an abusive place, which is, by the way, what Trump put out, the White House put out last year about, and in 2018, I think there was one, about the trafficking that's happening just in families. This isn't the existential ones, the ones that are worldwide only, okay? It starts with they seduce a lonely housewife or a single mother or somebody who is feeling really down and depressed about their life. And what they do is they come in and they introduce ideas that are pleasing to somebody who has no other way of feeling good about themselves. And so I'm talking about Linda, how she got involved, right? So she comes and she has children, Linda.
Oh.
And yeah, it is deep. Yeah, there's a lot of great comments. But this person will start creating havoc with every single person in their circle, right? And with us specifically, okay, that's amazing. So with us too, because we lived in the same house, but we had different abuse. Okay, so there's isolation abuse, which is happening now, by the way, with this pandemic, them suggesting that kids have to be isolated for 2 weeks at a time from everyone. This is torture. You don't do that to children. And that's what happened to you.
Yeah.
You had a complete, you felt like the runt of the litter, I'm thinking.
Basically, yeah.
And you are right that everybody followed what I did.
Yeah.
And because of that, you didn't have to go through the other stuff. But that doesn't make what you went through awesome. It sucked.
Nope.
And I know that it was really hard. And I love you. And I would do anything to have done something different if I knew of a way.
Yeah.
And I know it's painful, but thank you so much for telling, because our telling this lets other people know, right? And if we can avoid that pain in another child, we want to, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't.
Go ahead.
I just don't see how someone can do that, like put their kids against each other like that. I mean, she played us on each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, it still affects our relationships with each other. And like me, you were the closest in the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's just hard because, you want that relationship with everybody.
Yeah.
Especially if we have like 11 freaking siblings.
Yeah.
And it's like none of them want to. And I don't know why.
I think it's because when you, yes, hug your mom, a good girl. Oh, I'm so glad.
I couldn't imagine doing that to these guys at all.
Oh, you never know. No.
So
it's when you are hurt a lot, and this is going to be true if people come out of the trafficking part. And I say just to separate it, but none of this is just abuse hurts all.
Yeah.
But people who come out of the trafficking part, okay? Charlie said yesterday that, I'm going to be able to understand them and they're going to be able to understand me. And that's true. But in a lot of ways, that is also very triggering.
Yeah.
Okay, the human psyche is way more than just, yay, hugs. I love you guys.
Because of the talking stuff. Yeah, thanks, bud. Have you guys?
When we're hurt with abuse, right, it affects everything about us. People have energy that comes out of them. People have, it's their body that remembers, their brain that remembers, it's colors, it's sights, it's sound. And so when siblings who've been hurt like that are separated for a while, they heal differently.
Yep. And then when they get back together,
they have remembering.
It's like it was like the Band-Aid was ripped off and
the healing wasn't here.
All that is there. Yep. Wasn't together.
Right.
Bob's leaking.
Oh no, I'm leaking.
Sorry, that's a total Grinch thing. Look at me, I'm leaking.
And that's true, Alex. Your heart does have to be broken for God to enter it.
Yeah.
And it's not always never pleasant.
No.
I don't enjoy it. But what I do love is that you have a humility about you.
Thank you.
Right? And your heart
I'm the humblest person I know. Just ask me.
I know you are. Just the humblest.
See, like stuff like that. We got that from our dad.
It's the levity. It's the levity. But it's because you have an open heart. There's a lot of times that abused people can't do that, and there's times when we have to shut it off. Right? I've had enough. Okay. But if we can catch ourselves in those moments, and instead of going like this, go like this, right? Which we've been doing. We've grown. We've come to this point, right? And we try to bring everybody with us in our prayers at the end.
Yeah.
And I think that's been an amazing thing, because instead of being like, this sucks, goodbye. That's not cool. Like, I don't want to be like, all the world sucks, and then have fun with that.
Yeah.
And I love that we can pray to Jesus. I like that. That's one of my favorite things we do together.
Me too.
So go on.
Great.
You're doing wonderful. And this is a safe space. We love you. All of the love. Feel the love.
Thank you. Also, though, with that, when you're treated like that, you tend to retreat, right? Retreat away from your family, from situations that include things like that throughout your whole life. If you don't, heal it properly and everything. Thanks, Stardust. When I always knew something was off, but I couldn't ever put my finger on it. And as I've gotten older, and found out, all the stuffs. It's, as Charlie said, a shit life, and
with a bunch of happy moments in between.
Sorry, I'm trying to read things too. It's just like I got married when I was 18, and in the church that we grew up in, I remember even in seminary, I believe it was seminary. It was either seminary or it was at church, when they would tell us that, if you get the opportunity to get married, and that he's a return missionary and all this stuff, do it, because there might not be another opportunity, kind of thing. Yeah. Do you ever remember anything like that? I could have swore it was either in
I
seminary.
believe you. I totally believe you. I stopped listening to them like early. So
yeah, but I
believe you. It sounds like them.
And so when I heard that, and then I was proposed to, I didn't feel the things I thought I would feel. And then I got married, and I still didn't feel the feels I thought I would feel. And it there was abuse in that marriage, and it was mostly emotional. And hey, Jane. And and he just I know this is kind of stupid to say, I guess. Maybe not stupid, but weird. But so we had a stepdad that would look at us creepily. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I would get the same look from, at the time, my husband. And it reminded me exactly of the stepdad. And it was just like, I can't stand this. And, we ended up getting divorced. And when I was going back to get my stuff from the house, he'd written me this letter. And in there, he told me that he was abused when he was younger. And then he became an abuser. And he told me after I'd gotten done reading it, he goes, if I told you that before we got married, you never, no, he wrote it in the thing. He goes, I was afraid that if I told you that before we got married, you never would have married me. And I said out loud, you're right, I wouldn't have. So he went in with a lie. I woke up to him groping me and stuff in the middle of the night, like first year we were married, and it was stuff that had happened to me previously. And I told him about it, and then he still did it. And it's like, you know, I didn't know what to decipher on what was appropriate and what wasn't appropriate, even though we're married.
How could you know? How
but
could you
to
know?
me, that was not right, especially
Right.
since he did it the exact same way as it had happened to me before.
Well, and he knew, didn't he?
Yeah, I told
That's
him.
what I thought. I thought he knew.
Yeah, because I remember
he
telling
basically
him.
had the abuse in his head and was like, "That's what happened to her." So he did
and
it.
then he said he did it in his sleep. And so I'm just like, first thing that came to my mind was, okay, so if we have kids and you're sleeping, you're taking a nap with one of our kids, what, are you going to do that to them and just blame it on your sleeping?
Freaky.
You know? So I had like the red flag things in my head all the time with like all the guys I would date, all the guys, you know, that I would even hang around.
Yes, that is a
And
lie.
so, yep. And so we divorced. I moved down to Texas. And, you know, I just never could seem to find the guy that I connected to on more than one level. You know, and I think it also went along with the, I always wanted the relationship with my family, but everybody always shoved me away, but I still love them, you know, and so you would go for the guy that would shove you away, but you still love them, you know, and so, you know, and that just seemed to happen in like all of my relationships. You know, I'd put everything into it, and then I would end up getting like majorly neglected or something, and or just only wanted for one thing, and we all know what that one thing is. Love you too, Aunt Jacqueline. And it's just, you know, and then I found Chad, and you know, at first he was like just a really good friend, and then you know, I mean, it obviously turned into more because now we're married. But you know, we've had our ups and downs, but I've loved him more than I've loved any of them, and I know he's loved me more than he's loved his previous relationships or whatever. And this is both our third marriages, and when we were friends, you know, I was asking him, you know, do you ever see yourself getting married again? And he's like, oh, hell no. He's like, I'm not doing that again. He's like, Maddox is good enough for me, you know, his son, and he's now my son. And you know, it's just like, I'm like, really? Seriously? He goes, yeah, I don't ever see that happening. I'm like, okay. And so something changed apparently. And you know, it's just, you know, and he pushed me away a lot too. Like when we were first, whenever he would think I was being rude or something, but I was just being sarcastic and like we were trying to joke around and stuff. But what? Oh, thank you. Thank you. She's like, you got this. He is very kind. But that's not how he always was. He would be kind to everybody else, and then he would come home and be ornery. And, you know, thankfully, he has changed all that. And, I mean, everybody has their moments when they're ornery, but
absolutely,
you know, it depends on how you get through it and how you work together on it with how it can turn out. Yeah, so I think especially how we were raised, how we were moving around all the time.
All the time.
I just like seriously
30 times before I even left.
Yeah, and I think I was at, because how many times did you guys move before I was born?
7.
7 times? So 7 times in the 2 years you were from the time you were born?
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood that question. No, because I think we only moved 2 times.
Really? And from the time you were...
Yeah, because I was born at St. Ben's,
79.
and I'm trying
Yeah.
to go. And I think there's only 2 there.
Okay.
They moved before I was born, when there was just the 2 and the 2,
Mm-hmm.
right? 2 kids, 2 adults. They moved a
Mm-hmm.
bunch, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But after that, it's when it really picked up. Went to a
Yeah,
bunch of
it
different
was
elementary
just.
schools, a couple different junior highs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to 3 different elementary schools, fully sighted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, 3 different junior highs and 2 different high schools.
There you go.
And so it was just, I mean, there's a lot more I could say, but it's not really pertinent to what we're talking about. But there's just a lot of things that just didn't make sense. Like I have blocks of gaps of memory where I don't remember. And I don't know why I don't remember. Like Bree was telling me a time when she like fell on a bike and I was with her apparently,
Mm-hmm.
and your head was gushing blood or something, and I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that. That should be something I would remember. And how old was I? Like 3rd grade, 4th grade?
3rd grade, 'cause I was in 5th grade.
Yeah. And it was something I should remember. And I don't know if I want to remember the things that I don't remember, but at the same time, I'd like to know, like, roundabout what happened, in those
True,
times.
But this is normal when there's a lot of
Trauma.
different abuse and trauma. Yeah. And dissociation, right, is what
Mhm.
happens, because when you're a child and a lot of stuff happens, in order to protect you, your mind kind of takes it and puts it away,
Mhm.
right? Because a lot of facing that, and so young, without the mental and physical capabilities of an adult,
Mhm.
right? It could traumatize the body to death. So in order to save your life, your mind takes it, compartmentalizes it, and puts it away.
Yeah.
Which is why there's big blank spaces, and all of our siblings have this.
Yeah.
I wish I could join you, because that would be amazing, I think. But
Yeah. Yeah. And Alex, you're right. Sticking with your guts. That is like a huge thing, because I should have stuck with my gut when I was 18. But like in my stomach, I felt like this was wrong. But I tried to talk myself into it. And then that happened.
Yeah.
And so do we do a podcast?
What?
CCC's
Oh, this is what we do right
Yeah,
here.
this is what we do.
But we are doing Julia Treats. We're going to be doing
she's doing a podcast, and I think she's recording it too on video.
Right. So we'll be doing a bunch of different things. And we're going to do pieces of seeing Mama's experience. We're going to do mine. And we may have a couple other people, but that was just a couple ideas that were thrown around. So there's still more to come. But as everybody knows, every single one of you know, that when there is one person in a family that has only evil intentions, and this is outside of addiction, this is outside of being hurt, when all you want to do is destroy and hurt other people, you leave massive chaos in the wake. Right? And that's what Linda did. That's what she does.
Yep.
And
Greg just said a common side effect of abuse is amnesia.
Exactly.
If you can't remember much of your childhood, that is a sign of abuse, and what Auntie B said.
Not always. Okay, let's be clear about this. If there was any kind of head trauma or disease or things like that, okay, outside of biological reasons, that is generally, I would say 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Outside of those. We're glad you found us too.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I've said this is a podcast a lot, so it's just what I've called it.
Yeah,
because that's what we were planning on doing, is a podcast, and so I've just always called this a podcast. But also Stacy said that she was going, that she planted herbs inside. Very good. You like planting stuff? The more the merrier.
I love doing it.
That's
I
great.
just need help building the big thing so I can't get down on the ground.
Tub thingies or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What are those called? The overground
I don't know.
burial
Someone knows
plots.
the name of them. They look like, you know what they remind me of? This is going to show you a little bit of my history here, but they remind me of like coffins.
Yeah, I was going to say a casket. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so
like an over the ground burial plot. That's what I was saying.
I've always thought they were beautiful because whenever I was running away, I always ran to a graveyard because they were peaceful, right? Garden boxes. See, that's just like the sweetest name ever and should have been so obvious. Garden boxes.
Should have been, but
I love them anyway. Okay, so we are related. Yes, you are my biological sister. Full blood.
Full blooded.
Mine licked you first. Okay, good. I think we've covered all that. And then what was next on the list? Unless you have more to say about that.
Oh, nope, I'm good.
Okay, you did really well.
Other than like with Chad, he went through a lot of trauma too when he was younger. And we were all talking about this yesterday.
Or the day before.
Oh yeah, 2 days ago. Probably. I don't remember. They're all kind of combined right now. But just how much we do have in common, and how we really never saw that before, and how no, she lives like 3.5 hours away, but she's been at my house for almost 2 weeks now, so it's been pretty cool.
Going home Sunday.
Oh yeah, I thought you said you're phoning someone. I'm like, what?
Stacy lives in Southern Utah.
We live in Central? No. What would it be called? Eastern?
Yeah. We have some talking to do.
Yes, we do, Jamers.
We
need to ring-a-ling-a-ling me.
What is that?
Ring-a-ling. Yeah.
Don't ring-a-ling her. She's already weird enough.
Ding-a-ling.
But I didn't say that.
I said ring-a-ling.
We love you, Jamie.
Yeah.
We would love to talk to you.
Always have. Always will.
True.
And see that too, because it wasn't just like you guys, like my siblings. It was like the whole family. Like everybody on her side of the family was like pushed us away.
It's true.
You know, because she would lie to them about us all the time, and that we used to mistreat her or whatever.
Or naughty kids.
And
had wild imaginations that were evil.
Yeah, and it was just like, I mean, I was close with like a handful of our cousins, you know, because we were like all the same age. I was the oldest one out of us 5. And, you know, and we would try to be close with everybody, but it just didn't happen very well. Like you were close to the ones your age. I was close to the ones my age.
That's pretty normal.
And like, I guess, yeah. But like, just like, even as we've gotten older, it just seems like more and more we're just kind of shoved away.
Did you see that?
Yep. She kept you from us. And see, I didn't even know that she kept us from you guys. And it just seemed like, you know, there's so much little stuff that just turns into these big, huge things. Little by little becomes a lot.
It's true.
And, my sister's from another mother. I was talking to my wife about starting a garden this spring. It's good.
Nice. Email away, baby. Email away.
Email.
If you want to come on our show, email away. We'll have you as a guest. We would love it.
Yep.
What's next on the list?
Bob, Sir, and Jacqueline's questions.
Oh, yes. So
that's your
I'm
side.
just gonna. It's just a continuation.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to talk about distance for a minute.
Okay.
We just talked about how when you're a kid and there's big trauma and abuse and stuff, that our minds will take it and compartmentalize it, right? To give us that amnesia that Greg had talked about, to help keep us alive and functioning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You with me, Smalls?
Yeah, I was just reading Greg's thing.
Okay. So with that, I want you to remember that because it's a gift. It's a natural thing that our bodies do.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, we learn that when things get really overwhelming, when we learn new things, because we're all learning a whole hell of a lot right now,
Mm-hmm.
we need to be able to take our own temperature, right? Or measurement to see where we are at too much and then be able to step back. When we learn that people we've put our faith in our whole life have actually been doing a lot of this evil stuff, the trafficking stuff, the worse than trafficking stuff. We have to be able to give ourselves time to step back and process and be gentle with yourself. Promise me this, because you're not guilty of any of the crimes or sins that they are guilty of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Your belief in what they said that was good is still true. Goodness is still goodness. Okay? Yes. So I know that it sucks. I know this because I've gone through this my whole life. And I just didn't get I don't have the experience with the facade part because I always saw the yuck and then watching them pretend, but I never got to believe the pretend.
Right.
Okay. But I do understand heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand that when you have to, you need to step back and breathe. Okay.
Right.
Because there's so much going on every front. Okay. The weather, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, the political stuff, the education stuff, the healthcare, the food. You need to be able to just step back and just be you and Jesus, or you and your higher power, you and the light, whatever it is that you find that gives you comfort. Step back and be in it for a while. And I hope you will come here, because we would love to share that with you, because we have to find it too. All right. We know it's hard. We know it's tough. And you know it's tough. None of this is a secret anymore.
Yeah.
That's why we come together, right?
Yeah.
This is where seeing Mama and I, Jamelia, this is my name for her, Jamelia. Her and I have come close in this stuff because we're not blind to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to find the refuge, right? And the same with Jacqueline. She call her Marmy because it's a name from Little Women that they call their mom. And so I call her Marmy. And so we find our comfort spots, right?
Right.
And we make sure that we have them tough spots, like sturdy, grounded. Because when other things are revealed, and they will be, you need to make sure that your comfort spot, the place you can go to, is secure. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I want to make sure everybody hears me loud and clear, because it's going to happen. Life is happening all around you all the time. So make sure you have that. And if it's inside you, it's wherever you are. Okay? That's I'm getting stepped down off my soapbox now. But that's how I think we've been able to get through things. I know that's how I was able to. Yes. Absolutely. That's how I was able to when I was in I keep going back to this, but when I was in that tunnel down in Melbourne, right? And I'm I'm on the cement floor. I'm just rocking, holding my legs, going, I'm Jesus's. Because they kept saying you're mine, you're an object, you don't get any opinion. Objects don't talk unless, whatever. And I just, by myself though, I belong to Jesus, right? I'm Jesus's. I'm Jesus's. Because that's the only way that any of it could make sense to me, is that I got to choose that. They didn't get to pick what I thought in my head.
Right.
They didn't get to pick what I felt in my heart.
Right.
I got to choose that. And I chose Jesus, and that's what's helped me.
That's good.
And then when we're together, we pray.
Yep.
Right? And we sing. And I'm still on my soapbox, you guys. It's hard to get off this thing. Oh. All right, what's next? Was that just the 3 things?
That was just those, yeah.
Okay. I think we need another song.
Jamie says, mind is blown, but at the same time, not totally shocked. See, that's kind of how I was too.
When you know what you already know about the person who's doing evil around you,
Mm-hmm.
just the part you know makes the rest of it go, oh, well, of course. That sucks. But God is that way too. When you know that way about the good people around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can still find them through the feeling.
Yep.
Yay. All right. So we got to play Chad's song. Can we?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You want to give it an intro while I set it up?
This is Chad's song. He did really good on it. I said, sing it like you. Don't sing it like Johnny Cash. Sing it like you. And then he did this.
It's amazing, you guys. The low notes. Oh, it's just like, oh, that's awesome. All right.
All right, let's roll. I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rollin' on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. That's right. Yeah. Scoop, scoop, bumble. Oh, yeah. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. I bet there's rich folks eating in the fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. Oh, that's right. Yeah, here we go. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. All right. That's right, here we go. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little further down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Ah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Good job, the Chad.
Good job, babe.
Chad. He's doing better all the time, and it's just amazing what confidence will do.
Yep. It's crazy, but it does.
Doing really good. I wanted to put this one on here if that's cool.
Oh yeah. That's what I was reading when you were like, did I have your focus?
Hello.
Yes.
It is true. If you think it has more, that's not true, but it does have a lot. There are quite a few here. If there were 20 hotspots in the country, the United States, Logan and Provo would each be one.
What do you mean?
For the satanic ritual.
Like each one?
And like where they do the sacrificial stuff for the human.
Like each one though, right?
Yep, each one would be one.
Okay.
So in not every state will have a hot spot, but the hot spot will be like 4 corners. Okay, so it'd be close to 4 different states. Yeah. But like I'm saying, there's 2 here. So there's a lot here.
Yeah.
But where the Bible Belt has a lot too, like the whole Bible Belt. So it's just basically where there's a lot of, it's infiltrated all of the major religions.
Yeah.
And I wish it hadn't.
And
well, we all do.
You know, it's said that Lucifer not only wants to mock God and take over his stuff, but he also will portray truth with lies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, he tells you the sweet, good things and then mixes lies in there with you, and people get convinced.
Absolutely. And it's easy to convince somebody who has no, he's not awake for one, but it's easy to convince somebody who has no experience. You know, it's easy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And with demonic entities and devils, if you know that they're different, then you understand what I'm saying. If not, you need to check into this stuff. They've been here so long. Okay. Our time between birth and death, get 100, 120 years max. Okay. We're going for averages here for length. And they've been here since the beginning. So they have a lot of experience in what tempts, even just bloodlines, because DNA is a big deal. So, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You look very tired.
That's what brain does to me. It makes me tired.
I know.
And I've been up since like 3:50.
There, we switched places. Interesting that. Yeah, I was sold in Ogden, just so you know. Ogden, Utah.
Yep.
You guys, we're gonna keep this one to an hour.
You want to do the other song that we did this morning?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that you know my sister over there. Are you looking at me?
Yes. I mean, look.
I love you.
I love you too.
Like, for all that you are and for everything ever.
Ditto, but for you.
I wish I could fix all the ache in your heart.
I know.
But I cannot. So instead, I will just be here while you're aching, and we'll ache together.
Okay.
And pray to Jesus.
Yeah.
And then he will fix it. Just saying, I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for being so honest with everybody. That was
You're welcome.
It was a really big deal.
A lot of stuff.
It takes a lot of the guts.
And the tears. I don't think those come from your guts, though.
Sorry. That wasn't for you.
Thanks, Alex.
And thank everybody else for coming on. Yeah, and doing your comments and stuff. It's really, I love, this is a great crowd. Great crowd. Great crowd. All right, we'll do this one and then you'll pray us out.
Yes.
Good job. Yay. All right. Here we go.
Love you, Jacqueline. Sorry, Jacqueline.
You're good. Habits. All right.
I sit and watch the rain and see my tears run down the window pane. I sit and watch the sky and I can hear it breathe a sigh. I think of him, how we were. And when I think of him, then I remember his eyes I can see where my heart longs to be.
In his eyes I see a gentle glow, and that's where I'll be safe, I know.
Safe in his arms, close to his heart.
But I don't know quite where to start.
By looking in his eyes, will I see beyond tomorrow?
By looking in his eyes, will I see beyond the sorrow that I feel?
Will his eyes reveal to me promises or lies?
But he can't conceal from me the love in his eyes. I know their every look his eyes hypnotize me.
If I'm wise, I will walk away and gladly
But sadly I'm not wise. It's hard to talk away the memories that you prize.
love is worth forgiving for.
Now I realize
Everything worth
living
living
for
for
is there in his eyes.
Love is worth forgiving for.
Now I realize everything worth living for is there in his eyes.
Yay!
I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
You look like you're tired. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. Pray us out, my
Thank
sister.
you. Okay.
This is my favorite part. Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta start doing this. In this time we're praying, we are praying for the lost ones to be found, the ones that are found to know they're loved, and the ones who need to know they're loved to feel God. Okay? And throw in anything that you want to pray with here. Let's all this together. Love you, Moose.
What?
You pray?
Oh, I know. You said put anything in there that I wanted to put in there.
Oh, yeah, I meant
think
people,
about-
but yeah,
Oh,
you
people.
can too.
Oh,
Totally.
okay.
Just
Sorry,
like
I
in
thought
your
you
heart.
were Sorry. My bad.
It's all right. Jesus gets it. He gets it. He's down
He's
with the
probably
joke.
laughing now.
Probably.
Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but freaking cat, sorry. He's like turning everything. Oh, so sorry. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. And you're blessed.
Good
Oh,
job.
good gracious, cat.
Kitty loves your singing.
Every time I sing up high, he's like, I'm coming over. Something's going on. Like, freaking A, cat. Get out of my face.
All right, you guys, this was great today. Thank you so much. Be sure and email us with questions if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, video, this thing.
Yeah.
And we love you.
We love
and so
y'all.
does Jesus.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to play this outro. We go. I'm sorry. I don't have the other one ready, but we're just going to do this one.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Oh, no, it stopped.
Maybe.
You guys have a wonderful day.
So, no?
Yep, no. I can't do this all the day.
Okay, there's no sound, so I'm just wondering.
Oh, I'm just dancing to myself.
I'm like, I know you're hearing something, but there's nothing going
That's
on
even better.
over here. Breeze is taking us out with the dance, guys. Okay. See you guys. Have a good one.